Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, another 7 Days to Die video. This is all done in Alpha 16.2 on the PC. Now this is part 2 of the bulletproof glass testing here because holy cow, you guys just went nuts on that last video. I cannot believe how well that video did, and most of it was the comments you guys were leaving. I had some really good feedback about things that you liked I did and things that you wanted to see me test differently and some things that I just completely missed on testing. So that's what this video is going to be about, is additional things that you guys wanted me to test out. So I'm back over in the testing grounds of the football field, and I got a wide range of things I'm going to do. Trying to keep the video short, so I'm going to just do the test, show the results, repair it, and move on to the next one. Do a bunch of jump cuts. But that's what I like hearing from you guys. If you have suggestions of things you want me to test, and not just with bulletproof glass, but in the game in general, just let me know. Okay, so one of the things people wanted me to test was the difference in durability the glass could absorb with the same weapon at different qualities. So I got two pump shotguns here, both of them using slugs, I think, right at the moment. Let me double check here. Yeah, they're both using slugs just to test that out here, and I'm going to shoot at different sides to see how much damage they do here. See, all the wall has been completely repaired. It's brand new. Okay, so we'll start off with just a weak shotgun. About 277 is not too bad. So shoot that over here, and then I'll shoot the slug one off on this corner just so we can see how much damage it does. Okay, so the slug did right at about 150, and that's with the maxed out gun. With a little bit less quality gun, it did about 123. So the difference between a 600 gun and 277 was about 27 total damage here. So not a huge range on there. The difference would be pretty close if I was using the standard buckshot versus the slug, but I tested the buckshot in the last video, so we'll move on from that one. Okay, next you guys wanted to see me do different variances of exploding things here. So we got us a gas barrel, some dynamite, a pipe bomb, and crossbow with exploding bullets here, exploding darts. Sorry, I can't talk. So I'll fire each one of these off and see how much damage they actually do. Scoot back so I don't kill myself. The wall is completely repaired. Alright, so we'll shoot the exploding dart off right here. I'm just gonna see how much damage that did. That didn't do that much damage. I mean, look, the exploding dart only did 23 total damage. Now, of course, there may be a slight difference if I use a completely maxed out quality of crossbow, but the ones I'm using is 316, so it won't be a huge difference there. Alright, we'll test out the gas barrel. Okay, that took a few shots to actually get it to blow up, but let's see what it did here. I know that did some splash damage all the way around here. It looks like it did a consistent about 150 to 160 all the way around. It's a pretty decent distance there. Okay, so now we're going to test out the pipe bomb. Let's get this lit. See if we can get a good throw in there. Oh, good. It's right next to the wall. Alright, that looks like it could have done something here. That looks like it did 7 damage max right at the base of the explosion. Wow, that is not much. That is some pretty strong glass to be able to stand up to a pipe bomb. Okay, and now we're going to test out some dynamite, some dynamite here. So let's light this one, throw it in there. Good, landed right up next to it too. Holy Moses, that put a pretty good sized hole in the ground. Dang! Well, that's going to change up the way I do some testing here. Let's see what it did to the block. Okay, so the dynamite did a whole lot more than the pipe bomb. Now, it did 600 damage right where it hit here. And, of course, it hit the surrounding blocks all the way down, at least one on both sides. Let's see if it did any... Even all the way up there, it did 300 damage. Wow, that did a lot. Plus, you can see it put a pretty good sized dent in the world. Awesome. I got to get that fixed. Okay, and something else you guys wanted me to test out was, in the last one, what I was doing was I was standing behind the glass crouched, and that was just so you guys could see the little stealth indicator if it was detected or not. So now I'm standing up, and I got my mining helmet, I'm flashing that on. See if we can make some noise and see if that's going to attract them. They're within about 10-15 yards total of here, so they're close enough so they should be able to see me. I'm just going into crouch mode so you can see if it shows I'm detected or not. You see, one of them's wandering right over here. Hey, can you see me? Hey, pretty lady. These are my girls, Darlene's out there. They're my testing subjects. And so far, it doesn't look like any of them can see me. I'm trying to make as much noise as I can. See if I can wing one of them. Alright, so I clipped her. She's kind of wandering this direction. Making as much noise as I can. Flash the lights at them. And it doesn't seem like they can see me or have any clue that I'm here whatsoever. They're just kind of wandering around. So as far as like the original test goes, whether or not they can see me... Oh, she's wandering close. Alright, that's a good test. Alright, can you see me? I'll stand right up next to the glass. Can you see my flashing light through here? Hey, you. Yo. Anything? Nope. Okay. So it looks like the original test has kind of confirmed that whether I'm standing or crouching, making as much noise as I can think of behind glass, they're not able to see me or even know that I'm here. So that's a good plan. Okay, and something else you guys wanted me to test out was whether or not turrets could actually target players and zombies through the game. Now, I don't have somebody else in the game with me to be able to test this out, and I don't know why, but it seems like in the latest build, it has a problem. It's like the turrets have a problem targeting people. As you can see, I have it set to target self, but I'm standing right here in front of it. It's not doing anything with it. But at least it will at least still target zombies. So I'll have it facing backwards here, just a proof of concept to make sure you guys know it's actually working. Spawn in a nurse. And it actually kicked her butt pretty quickly. And now I'll see if I can spawn it in through the glass and see if it will detect it that way. So we'll get the nurse in here again, because we know it'll detect that one. Okay, so it will actually try to shoot at her. It's detecting it. That's interesting. It's not letting her know that it's going on, so it's just kind of wasting a bunch of bullets and stuff right now. Alright, well, there we have it. At least we know now that it will target the zombies through the glass. So let me see if it'll target me through the glass. It doesn't seem like it's even noticing I'm here, but that's not to say that it wouldn't in the real game. It's just right now it seems like it's extremely glitched, at least with 16.2, and so it's not targeting players properly, and I don't know why. But anyway, on to the next test. And something else you guys wanted me to test was whether or not you could use this to actually plant crops underneath here. Now, I thought I would test this two different ways. I built like a very tiny little greenhouse with a door I can get in and out of. And I planted some corn, some blueberries, and some mushrooms, and then kind of walled it off. So the only thing blocking any of the light is just the glass itself. There's no walls or anything around there. And so I planted these when I first started doing all the testing. Got some corn here, mushrooms, blueberries, and from what I'm seeing here, nothing's grown yet. Now, I may not have given it a fair enough time. I'm going to continue to check on these and see how well they actually do, but so far nothing's there. But what I also did was I encased a solar bank inside of this. Yeah, I have it in here. I got a couple solar panels, so it's outputting quite a bit of power. Make sure to close the doors so the only light coming in through the glass. And I set up a spotlight out here, and you can see that I wired it in from the solar panel, which you can kind of access through the crack if you're ever doing this, like just perfectly like that. So you can see it's still on. It is going to it, but it's not getting any power. It's getting zero here. It won't do anything with it. So from what I've been able to test on this so far, it looks like the bulletproof glass does block enough of the sunlight, so it's not letting any solar power actually generate. You can see here, if I go back into it, see, it's got a max output of 95, but it's outputting absolutely zero. And I've done it the same way I've done everything else in the past as far as wiring it in, so I don't think it's this user error. I think it's just absolutely not getting any power from the sun. And if that's not getting any sunlight to it, then I'm thinking the crops aren't either. Because corn doesn't usually take that long to grow. I did fertilize the ground here, so it is nice and fertile to get the best chance possible to grow, and so far nothing's showing up here. So as far as my testing goes, and the 30 minutes or so I've been playing, messing around on this, nothing's grown. But I'm going to give it a little bit longer to go as I'm doing additional testing and see what it does. And something else somebody else wanted me to test out was how much durability it has as far as structural goes. So what I thought I would do is just the basic gravity test. Set up some wood frames and some bulletproof glass here to see how far out you can go before it actually collapses here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 blocks out and it all fell apart. Let's see how the bulletproof glass goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that made it out to 7. So it has a little bit less structural integrity as far as gravity goes out this way. Now, of course, its durability is much higher. I mean, it's got a durability of 3,000 versus wood blocks, which do not. So people just want me to test how well it'll work up as far as gravity goes. We'll do additional testing to see how strong it is, but that's just kind of let you know how far out you can go. It's about 7 blocks or so. Okay, and something that was kind of on the odd things you guys wanted me to test out was I made just a single column going up, and I did spawn a wandering horde. I got a whole bunch of feral zombies in here, so I got just a single column to see how long this will actually last. Now, they started punching on this right when I started recording this, so I'm just going to kind of let it run here for a little bit and see how long it takes for them to break through. Because, of course, all I have to do is just break one actual block, and the whole thing will come crumbling down due to gravity. I can't see how much damage they're doing because it's just kind of see-through, but they're going to town on it. We'll see how long it actually takes for it to fall apart here. Ah, not that long. Oh, dear God. Okay, so Wandering Horde can make their way through this very quickly. Just as a heads up. Oh, Lord, gotta run. Get to the turrets. And another thing you guys want me to test out is how well these zombie cops can do damage as far as vomiting and things on this. So I'm going to see if I can get one over here to mess with me, see if I can get him to spit out at the walls right behind me and fully repaired. Okay, get your attention. See if I can dodge the vomit long enough to see how much damage it'll actually do. Come here. Alright, ready? Run! Okay, we got us a direct shot on this. Alright, so now what I need to do... Whoa! Okay, so I'll do the exploding test after this. I got him nice and dead over there and stuff, just to see how much damage the vomit did, because I didn't want to test, you know, the explosion with this. And it looks like he only hit, like right where he hit did a little bit of damage, like right here. It did about 450 damage. So this thing, his vomiting did more damage than the, you know, the dynamite did, but it didn't do any splash damage to the ones around it, really. It looks like it just, you know, a little bit mixed in. Get that nice and repaired. But that seems to be about all they did. So now what I want to do is I want to see if I can get one over to explode, you know, when they go in a fit of rage and blow up next to it. Okay, so we got the zombie cop in. I'm going to see if I can get him to do enough damage to him so he'll get freaking out and come running up at me and blow up on the wall and see how much damage it did. You missed. Oh, you missed. See if I can shoot you in the head a few more times. Come on. Come at me, bro. No, come over here. Okay, alright. Got him to blow up right next to it. Good, good, good. Alright, let's see how much damage this actually took. Alright, with him blowing up, it looked like it did about 400. Let me see, there's 300, 400, 350, 300. So anywhere between 300 and 400 damage when he blew up. So between his vomiting and his actually going ham on this with a blowing up at the end of his life cycle stuff, looks like these zombie cops can do a whole lot of damage to this thing. Alright, one last checking in on the crops. We've made it to day 11 on all this testing and stuff here, and still nothing is growing. So, unless for some reason everything is just going incredibly slow, it doesn't look like anything's working under the bulletproof glass. So as far as like an underground farm and using this as glass, it may not work. Now, if I'm wrong or I didn't test this right, please do drop it in the comment section down below. Let me know and I will retest this on my own just to verify it and update it and stuff. But as far as I can tell, I mean, it's not letting any light go through to be able to power a spotlight here, and it's not letting any light to go through to power these plants either to grow. So that's really about all the testing here. I ended up doing a whole lot of testing, and a whole lot of zombies lost their lives, you know, for this testing, but no animals were harmed in the making of this video. So, again, if you have any thoughts or comments of things you want me to test, maybe not related to the bulletproof glass, you know, drop it in the comment section down below, and I do truly appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for everything. Do me a favor, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.